With the motto ingredients you can see and pronounce, Kind has become the fastest growing company in the snack industry. Their employees value a cohesive team structure and are socially conscious health nuts and foodies. Kind is also known for its charitable contributions to the community. Founder Daniel Lubetsky and his employees all work to make the world a little kinder, one snack and act at a time. Kind's culture is reflected by a number of principles. Some of these include giving feedback in a productive manner with no personal attacks, never terminating employees unless absolutely necessary, encouraging all employees, even the CEO, that no task is too small or insignificant to complete. The ETEAM has been tasked with upholding the Kind culture as the company expands. To start off, the ETEAM devised a plan to collect data on how to effectively expand the Kind company. The proposal consisted of conducting research on the Kind company and their current culture, conducting research on companies who have expanded successfully and unsuccessfully, administering an employee survey, and interviewing the CEO. Once implementing the proposal, the ETEAM came to one roadblock. Kind failed to respond to our email, therefore we were unable to receive permission to administer the employee survey or interview the CEO. However, we were able to gain employee reviews from different sources after further research. Along with the proposed ways to collect data, the ETEAM also proposes a charismatic leadership style as the most effective leadership for this expansion. A charismatic leader is one that unites their followers through heroic leadership abilities. With a strong and appealing vision and sensitivity to follower needs, a charismatic leader will likely increase team cohesion and employee job satisfaction.
Following the idea of leadership, we aim to establish the importance of communication between employees and managers to maintain a culture. To develop a highly effective work climate, there are some key elements that must be included in the ideal team and Kind workplace. This includes strong communication, knowing your resources and how to utilize them, bold leadership, a climate of trust, and performance and evaluation rubrics. Within the Kind company, communication is a huge contributor to how goals can be established within the team and how creative ideas can constantly be evolving. We would like to implement hiring workshops for all management and employees responsible for hiring. Additionally, the employees who may not be directly involved with hiring should also be targeted in these workshops as valuable assets for maintaining the environment and culture which Kind depends on. A more uniform hiring process should be established across all Kind organizations, and we will touch on this later in this proposal. Transparency is also essential to establish and maintaining culture here in Kind. Kind management should maintain a consistent focus on how to keep Kind's goals and plan to open all levels of employees within the company. This requires leaders that can hold themselves and other group members accountable through an ethical and value-based system. To build on the importance of transparency, Kind believes that healthy should not be confusing. If Kind stands by this concept in the way their bars are made, they should also embody this idea through their work environment and their communication.
Now that we have diagnosed and analyzed the problems Kind company faces in relation to maintaining their company culture while dramatically expanding their business, let's share what insights we have gained from our research. Our original plan was to survey the current employees at Kind to gauge what they perceive to be some of the current growing pains and if they have any suggestions as to how to alleviate them. We were unable to get the necessary approval to do so. So our plan B was to evaluate using Glassdoor, which provides reviews from both current and former employees. This research gave us better understanding of what Kind company is doing well and what areas need to be improved to maintain their company culture. Overall, Kind company employees have a favorable view of the company, as the percent that would rate the company to a friend, approve of the CEO, and have a positive business outlook are all above 85%. These are great signals. However, we fear that as Kind continues to expand, these favorable numbers may dwindle if the current growing pains of expansion are not addressed. Here's an example of a very positive review in which a current employee raved about the company culture and team atmosphere, both things that we want to maintain within the Kind company, so they can continue fostering genuine, passionate, and hardworking employees. Not all reviews are positive, as this one is not. After a lengthy description of how the company has taken a turn for the worse with their expansion, the former employee left these words of advice to management. The current leadership is seeming to be struggling with keeping up with the rapid growth, and employees are feeling these effects. When hiring, Kind must be mindful of what kind of talent new hires can bring to the company and what previous experiences will help them lead Kind in their growth. Just to summarize the feedback that we've aggregated from our resources, the strong company culture of KIND is definitely appreciated and recognized by employees, which just reinforces the need to maintain it. There are growing pains related to the growth of the company, which may relate to the lack of openness to employee feedback, overall transparency, and trouble following through with all obligations.
The biggest benefit of our strategy is that we only adopted practices for KIND which have been successful with other companies. By researching other companies, we were able to see what actually worked and what didn't in the real world. The primary principle that other companies preach was open communication. This entails communications at all levels of the business. By focusing on communication at all levels, we can effectively make sure that everyone in the company is in the know when it comes to company practices. This is imperative to moral and keeping the culture alive. Research has shown that when individuals are informed, they feel as though they are part of a team. This blends into their work life. Employees are more likely to enthusiastically attack problems. A culture in which morale is high lets employees efficiently work towards a shared goal. To incorporate communication into daily work, we recommend creating a weekly or monthly newsletter. This update will keep employees connected and up to speed on the projects and regulations that are constantly changing in the company. This could be a physical newsletter or an email that is sent out. The next topic that we would like to discuss is creating a workshop for hiring management. Because you will be expanding soon, you'll need to hire more employees. In order to maintain the company culture you currently have, you'll need to hire employees that will fit into that culture. Having a workshop and meetings will ensure that all the hiring teams are on the same page and know what qualities they are looking for in candidates. To help the hiring team, we have created a slogan and an acronym. No body is better than a bad body. Means that it is better to spend the effort trying to find the candidates that work well within the company rather than filling the openings with anyone. We also suggested using an acronym to represent what it means to be an employee at KIND. Knowledgeable, innovative, natural, and dedicated.
Our team tackled KIND's problem by researching similar companies who have undergone the same process KIND is currently facing. Some companies were able to retain their culture and grow their company and reach success, while other companies failed. By focusing on what worked for companies in the past, we are able to give informed advice to KIND. We believe it is imperative that KIND keeps a small company culture. Since they are expanding at a fast pace, they will be hiring employees at a rapid rate. This can lead to lower quality employees. For companies who attribute part of their success to their culture, as the case with KIND, this can wreak havoc on the bottom line if the expansion isn't done correctly. If KIND standards are dropped or lowered, this can lead to a loss of efficiency as well as social loathing. When social loathing arises in the workplace, it affects everyone in equal cases. Since we advise KIND to keep the hiring standards high and add additional training for employees, we believe we can afford this route. With our plan, employees, and upon being hired, employees will put through an extensive training regime, which will instill the culture and methods of the company. We believe that by keeping the standards high, KIND can expect to keep their culture alive, even while undergoing this rapid expansion. Through integration of our plan, KIND will be forward-looking and can address these problems before they arise. In our plan, we expect substantial resistance to originate employees with for long. It's expected since these employees are used to their work environment in a certain way, things